Okay, guys, PSA, I'm no longer identifying as black. The blacks have been embarrassing me for far too long. It's like I always have to go out of my way to prove I'm not like them. No, I'm identifying straight as American. I'm identifying as straight American. No pun intended, because I am straight. But yeah, like, I'm straight American. Like, what you talking about? I'm not putting black in front of shit. I'm not doing that. First of all, the term black has been hijacked. I don't think we want to get into that. I'm not trying to lose followers and all of that because people start feeling personally attacked. But I'm talking about a specific group of people that people have hijacked that term black, okay? So I'm not identifying with that any longer.
Hey, appreciate you guys pulling up today. We got to talk about it, man. You got a lot of folks out here that are finally coming to the realization that they just cannot defend Carmelo Anthony anymore. And to be honest with you, I don't understand why they were defending him, but I do know that the propaganda was strong in reference to this case. But I'm glad that people are, having that epiphany and they're actually willing to get out here and tell folks that, hey, I just can't stand with this no more because I have the evidence and I believe the evidence. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
I can admit that I saw conflicting reports after doing further research because someone wanted to call me an Uncle Tom and stuff, talking about the whole, Carmelo Anthony case and everything, him being suspended or whatever. I think I seen an article from a local news. Obviously, we know the media likes to lie and mix up things and causes division, which y'all love anyway because y'all love race. You're evil. But here's the thing about that. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, even more so, even after the legal aspect of it all and stuff. But just the fact that he was suspended and he still was at a place that he shouldn't have been at in that sense, it makes it worse if he's not suspended. It makes it worse that he actually was on the track team, was put down as an alternate to do the long jump or wherever the case was, wherever event he's supposed to be at, and yet he still had a knife with him. That makes it worse, right? That doesn't make his case better. Now I get why the defense didn't try to deny confirmed claims, or obviously they didn't have to prove that fact, but still, because what was in his mind then if he's going to compete, but he got a knife ready? But I'm a coon, I'm Uncle Tom, and I'm trying to do this for my white girlfriend. Y'all are racist. You're racist. You're evil. Trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, like that he was just some impulsive, irrational, emotional kid or whatever and stuff. And then he got into that incident happened and whatnot, and then he just reacted in a sense. But I get why they convicted him of murder. He got on a bus, a school bus, a school function bus, whatever the case is, with his school team, his track team, with a knife, right? That's already a violation right there in some sense. And then to go to the track meet with the knife, another violation in some sense, right? And then to pass 2 tents to go to another tent that he shouldn't have been at. I don't know what y'all want to defend other than the fact that, oh, he's black, so we're going to stick up for him regardless. That's racist. That shows you have no morals, you have no character, no value, no ethics. You're no better than the white supremacists that you don't like. You're exactly like them. What they say, be careful who you hate, because eventually you will become them.
Wow, that was a bar. And yeah, he's right. His brother's right. And they're in Frisco. I mean, I don't know how much you guys know about Frisco, but Frisco is a middle to upper middle class area. These people got money. Even young Austin was like, bro, you ain't got nothing in that bag. This is Frisco. Because things like that don't happen in Frisco. And the fact that you have so many people out here caping, even though the evidence is out, it's been released, and they still can't find themselves to say, nah, bro was wrong. He was dead wrong. He shouldn't have did what he did. Nope. And this brother's absolutely right.
When me and my brothers was in high school and middle school, we played too much. Do you know how many people we grab by the face and smush them? Do you know how many people we smack for no reason? Do you know how many people we
Van was a bully.
push for no reason? Do you know how many people we punched to the body for no reason? Came up from behind them and started choking them for no reason, just playing. Or sometimes if we didn't like them, we did that because we were just testing the waters. Let me tell y'all something. A push is not a reason to stab somebody.
It's not.
A mush is not a reason to stab somebody unless you just want to go to jail. Unless you just want the person that's sitting across from you to go to hell. So please stop making up excuses for this whole Karmelo Anthony case. The video came out. It shows a whole bunch of people underneath that tent. Melo was underneath there first before the team came and sat there. And one of his friends was egging him on from the bottom of the bench. Got it all popping, walked away after everything started moving and grooving. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all are not helping the situation by making up excuses. The young man should be arrested, locked up for a long damn time for taking somebody's son. Period. If you can't fight, then walk away. If you can't fight, then snitch. Raise your hand. We've been taught that since we were in elementary school. Tell the teacher, hey, coach, call a coach. He put his hands on me. Call your girlfriend. If you a punk and you need for her to daggone, you know girls ain't scared of nothing.
No.
Y'all know
They're the main ones brawling in this day and age.
that. So please stop making up excuses for this young man. Also, stop celebrating his demise because that's going to come back on you. A lot of y'all call yourselves children of God, but you're celebrating the fact that this boy is in prison for 17.5 years before he's able to be released off of good behavior or whatever the case may be. I don't know law, but a lot of y'all are celebrating it. And that's BS, bro. It's BS. Also, F Chud the Builder.
I don't want to say this. I don't know who he's talking about in reference to the celebration. I hadn't been one to celebrate, but I do think that justice has been served. And, for everybody that says that the 35 years is too long, I think he was, got off easy. He easily could have got the amount of years that they thought that young Austin had remaining on this life, on this earth, which could have been, 50, 55, 60 years or so. It's highly probable, right? Highly probable. I don't think we should be celebrating, demise. I just think that we should be thankful that justice is served because we don't want this type of case to set precedents, right? We don't want a precedence being set that you can nudge, touch, push someone, and they can escalate into deadly force. We don't want to live in a society like that. I don't think any of us do. Let's go.
No one was ever defending murder. We are defending self-defense. Why is it so hard for people to understand that? Yeah, because if I'm standing in line at a restaurant and someone shoves me out the way, I could just go to my car, grab a deadly weapon, and claim self-defense. I guess. We have to analyze the situation and determine if deadly force was necessary, because that's how critical thinking works. And it's almost like this self-defense phrase ends the conversation of reasonable amount of force and de-escalation. I talked about de-escalation in my last videos. If you can de-escalate a situation and you choose not to, and instead you egg on the situation, that is not self-defense. Self-defense shouldn't be this magic word that stops you from thinking, okay, well, was there another option to de-escalate the situation? Or was there another amount of force that could have been applied? I guess now we can just run people off the road because they flicked us off on the highway. I guess I could just run over a pedestrian that's walking too slow. Like, move, I gotta go to work. What are you doing? No. None of us are confused on what self-defense is. The disagreement is whether deadly force can be justified as self-defense just because someone claims it was self-defense. Anyways, y'all follow me for more videos.
Yeah, that's true. That is 100% true. We don't want to live in a society like that. We don't. And the reality of it is this, if any of you guys, that have actually taken any gun safety courses or anything along those lines, they always tell you, hey, if you can get out of there, if you can de-escalate, you do so. Just because you have a standing ground, you have a right to stand your ground doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that you need to do. And the reality of it is this. Okay, let's say, for instance, you are in one of those states that stand your ground and you do, and you defend yourself in that manner. You still got to come up with $50,000 to $100,000 or more, depending on what actually happens, could be upwards to, $300,000 to $500,000 to fight your case. Most folks don't have the insurance, necessary in order to, get the proper representation that is needed taken care of. So even if you are in the right, what is it going to cost you? You know what I'm saying? To prove your case. And it could easily cost you anywhere between $50,000 and $500,000. When you easily could have said, you know what, you got it, bro, I'm out of here. You only want to be in that position where you have no choice but to handle business in that manner. Other than that, if you can get away, you walk away. And that's the issue with young Karmelo. He was told 15 times to leave. He talked trash. He antagonized. He even made, to an extent, what some would consider, a threat. Touch me and see what happens. A premeditated threat at that. When he easily could have said, you know what, I'm out of here. And people that are truly scared, fearful for their life, when someone tells them to leave, or if they were really afraid and they had the ability to get up out of there, they would get up out of there. Lord knows I've been in situations to where I was like, this is a little murky. Let me get the heck up out of here while I can. And I rolled out. And it doesn't make you a punk for saying that, nah, I'm out of here. It would actually mean that he would have been free had he said that and had he did that. But I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload, and consider joining the ARP family where you can buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. Hey, support the merch store, 25% off, #ARP family. You can see that link down there below. Go check us out, arpmerchstore.com, #ARP family for 25% off. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support, man. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. In the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.